The quiet comeback. Reclaiming your body, energy, and intimacy after 60. They told you aging meant fading, that after a certain number of candles on your cake, life would naturally dim, like a quiet room after a party ends. They said your body would slow, your desires would fade, and your heart would forget the rhythm of closeness. But what if they were wrong? What if aging isn't about decline, but about rediscovery? A story no one talks about until now. John and Mira had been married for 38 years. Theirs was a relationship built on loyalty, laughter, and life's little rituals. Morning coffee in the garden, evening walks around the neighborhood, and long-held glances that still meant something. But somewhere along the way, something changed. John, now 68, no longer felt the vitality he once took for granted. He was tired more often, slept less deeply, and intimacy, both physical and emotional, had grown quiet. Mira, 66, noticed it too. The touches became fewer. Conversations got shorter. The silence between them had become more noticeable than the words. Not because love was lost, but because they didn't know how to revive what aging had quietly taken away. Until one day, everything shifted. Not with a doctor's prescription or a medical breakthrough, but with something as simple and unexpected as a bowl of fruit. The forgotten power of nature. For centuries, nature has quietly healed. Before synthetic pills and packaged cures, it was fruits, herbs, and Earth's wisdom that kept the body vibrant. But somewhere along the line, we stopped listening. We began treating aging as a disease instead of a natural evolution, one that still holds potential for energy, warmth, even sensual connection. Let's change that today. Let's reawaken four powerful fruits, natural allies that are quietly rewriting the stories of people like John and Mira across the world. Grapes 1. Red grapes, the spark of circulation. Red grapes don't shout. They don't come with warning labels or celebrity endorsements. But inside their smooth skins lies something extraordinary. Resveratrol, a compound that supports blood flow, vascular health, and yes, intimate function. For men, it enhances nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for triggering and sustaining erections. For women, it restores blood circulation to the pelvic region, reawakening sensitivity that time had muted. What does this mean in real life? It means warmer hands and feet. It means that flush of feeling when your partner reaches for your hand and you're not just emotionally available, but physically present. John began eating a handful of grapes each afternoon. Within a month, he didn't just feel more alive, he looked more alive. The color returned to his face. His energy shifted. And one quiet night, he reached for Mira again, not out of routine, but because desire had returned. Cherries 2. Cherries, the gentle intimacy booster. Cherries, with their deep crimson glow, are more than a summer treat. They're filled with anthocyanins and melatonin, compounds that relax the blood vessels, ease inflammation, and support restful sleep. You might be wondering, what do cherries have to do with intimacy? Everything. When your body sleeps better, it heals better. Hormones rebalance. Stress declines. Your mind calms. Your body becomes receptive again, not guarded or fatigued. For both men and women, cherries promote emotional openness, key to connection in any relationship. Mira started having cherries after dinner. Some nights fresh, other nights frozen and stirred into warm oatmeal. She didn't expect much, just something light and natural. But soon she began sleeping deeper, waking with clarity, feeling like herself again. That clarity became confidence. And that confidence, it became courage to reconnect with John, with herself, with the feeling of being desired. Mango 3. Papaya, the energy awakener. Papaya feels like summer in your mouth. But behind its tropical sweetness lies something even more nourishing. Enzymes, vitamins, and natural compounds that boost testosterone, improve digestion, and revitalize the body from the inside out. In aging men, testosterone doesn't vanish, but it does slow. And with it goes energy, sexual stamina, and that subtle feeling of aliveness. Papaya gently invites those systems back online. It doesn't force your body. It reminds it. For John, papaya became a morning habit. Blended into a smoothie with Greek yogurt or sliced beside toast. Within 2 weeks, his energy shifted. His sleep improved. His face lit up. His voice had more strength. And more importantly, so did his presence in Mira's life. Chestnut 4. Cranberries, the silent protectors. We often think of cranberries as urinary health boosters, but few realize their deeper role. Protecting the kidneys, supporting circulation, and reducing chronic inflammation, all of which directly influence intimacy. As kidney function weakens, toxins build, blood pressure rises, and fatigue takes over. For many aging individuals, it creates a fog, emotional, physical, even relational. But cranberries help flush that fog away. Whether as a juice, unsweetened, dried in a salad, or fresh when in season, cranberries help you feel lighter, cleaner, and more connected. For Mira, they helped eliminate the silent discomfort she had grown used to. And when the discomfort vanished, so did her hesitation. She was no longer afraid of closeness. In fact, she longed for it again. How to begin without overwhelm? Let's be real. No one wants to track nutrients or turn every meal into a science experiment. The beauty of these 4 fruits is their simplicity. You don't need all 4 at once. Start small. Pick one. Red grapes in the afternoon. A handful of dried cranberries in your salad. A bowl of cherries before bed. Papaya with your morning tea. Let it become a ritual, not a rule. Within weeks, you may feel small shifts. Stronger circulation, better sleep, more laughter, deeper connection. These are not side effects. These are life effects. They are the whispers of your body saying, I remember, I'm still here, and I'm ready to come back. This isn't about fruit. It's about you. Too often, people over 60 are told they're past their prime. That vitality is reserved for youth. That desire fades with time. But here's the truth. Vitality is not about age. It's about circulation, connection, confidence. And those things don't have an expiration date. They just need a little attention. You've spent decades caring for others, showing up, working hard, staying strong through life's demands. Now, finally, you have time to reconnect with your body, your partner, and the quiet strength that never left you. These fruits are just tools. What really matters is the choice behind them. Final thoughts, the quiet comeback. This isn't about reversing time. It's about honoring the time you still have. It's about showing your body kindness so it shows you possibility. John and Mira didn't change overnight, but with each small step, a grape here, a papaya slice there, they returned to each other. Not as the people they were in their 30s, but as the wiser, warmer souls they had become. They held hands again, talked more, slept closer, not because fruit healed them, but because fruit reminded them that healing was still possible. And so I ask you, what if your second act is even more powerful than the first? What if connection isn't gone, just waiting for your attention? What if your spark never died, it just needed oxygen? You don't need a revolution, just a return to what makes you feel alive. Start today, not because you should, but because you can. A handful of grapes, a bowl of cherries, papaya at sunrise, a splash of cranberry in your water. One small choice, one big shift, because aging doesn't mean the end. It might just be the beginning of your quiet comeback. Unlock the beauty of experience. Subscribe to hear moving life lessons from those who've lived them.